Hey Gemini, how are we today? Just doing our weekly readings, and this week we're going to be looking at, the forecast sort of thing for next month, the month of June. Okay, so we will be sort of having a bit of an overview, looking into whatever we do need to clarify as we go. I do also have with me to do this reading today. I've got the seventh seal Lenormand deck there, but I do also have the Healing Light Lenormand with me today as well. So I will sort of draw a few cards for health and healing for everybody as well. I just feel like that's something we haven't looked at for a while. So wanting to have a bit of a look at that for us. I do have the Island Time Wellness Oracle. I will sort of draw a few quick cards for love with that as well. We will be getting started today with an oracle from the Shapeshifters Oracle deck there. But, I do just want to let everyone know that if you could leave a comment on one of my videos, you will go in the draw for that free personal reading when we hit 100 subscribers. Okay, so make sure you leave me a comment. Let me know if your sun is resonating strongest for you or your moon. I do find some people do find their moon sign resonates a little bit stronger with the way that I do read the Lenormand. As I've sort of discussed in previous videos, I am sort of very intuitive, modern Lenormand reader rather than traditional. So, if you do watch other Lenormand readings, you may be sort of seeing some things that are a little bit different. Okay. I have sort of developed my own little intuitive way of reading a lot of the cards. So it's sort of kind of unique to me, I suppose, but the Lenormand does have quite a lot of meanings. Just even in within the differences of the decks, sometimes the meanings do shift and change just slightly as well. So it's quite interesting. And as I always sort of do say that if your intuition is telling you, if you do see a certain image that and it resonates to you in a certain way, your intuition is telling you that means a specific thing for you. Always trust your intuition and go with that as well, because certain cards we do find, like the dog card, it does mean friendship, but if you do have dogs, it could actually be talking about your actual pet as well. So sometimes things do come through quite literally, depending on who's watching within the collective as well. Some of these things may be sort of open to interpretation a little bit as well. Okay. But getting started for us there with a card from the Shapeshifters Oracle. So Gemini, for the month of June, please. Month of June for Gemini, please. Feeling like we need two today, Gemini, so I'll grab two of these. June for our Gemini, please. Okay, so firstly we do have the Beauty and the Beast. Beautiful card coming through there. It does say you need some space in a relationship. Okay, so we'll have a look a bit deeper into that when we get to sort of the love section there. So I'll put that aside to go with the love section there, but maybe just needing to take a little bit of time to yourself to think things through. And as we do, we always have these ebbs and fading throughout all our connections, where sometimes you do just need to take a little bit of time to yourself and put yourself first as well. Okay. Now it's quite interesting. The beast in that picture, it does sort of really have that Taurus kind of symbology, possibly a Capricorn, but it's definitely a bull. So, we may be looking at a Taurus connection there for you as well, Gemini. So we'll like I said, we'll come back to that card when we do move over to asking about love specifically. Then we do have the Draggling Garden card there. Okay, so that does say a new world is born. So definitely a fruitful time for us, Gemini, this month to be, opening ourselves up to new possibilities. Definitely sounds like it could be something coming through for us there. Now there is a dragon, a rabbit, and a deer. in that image as well. Okay, so those softer kind of animals, with the dragon is, you know, just a little baby dragon being nurtured by the feminine there. So you know, giving ourselves that option to open up into softness. I feel that that might be sort of talking about, and a little chipmunk as well. I just realized there was another animal. Okay, Gemini and the month of June. What's going on for Gemini in June, please? Okay, and I'm getting, I feel like I'm getting two, oh, no, okay. Sorry, just talking to myself there, Gemini. One more for Gemini and June, please. Ended up taking two more, so we'll see how we go there. We do have, firstly, we do have the child and the house. Now that was followed up by the key as well. So just to let you know, for some of you, straight away, there is probably going to be a few people within the collective who are sort of looking at getting a new home or moving into a new home this month. So, you know, with that like I mentioned in the intro there, that sometimes these can be quite literal messages. So with that house and then that key, you know, somebody may be getting keys to a new home, that kind of thing. But we are seeing, you know, that child card coming through first and foremost. So that really does talk about things in their infancy stage, giving birth to new things. So definitely could be looking at a few Geminis moving home at the moment, okay, or in starting living in a new home, that kind of a vibe with the child card, you know, that house journey in its infancy. We did see a new world is born with that oracle as well. So we're definitely looking at that new energy, something brand new coming into your life this month, Gemini, with this child card. For some of you, it may be an actual child coming into your life this month, but I'm actually feeling that new house vibe much stronger. Okay, now with the child, it really does talk about, yeah, things in their infancy, that immature stage of you know, growth and starting things out, new very new kind of energy. But we do also find that it kind of reminds us to look at our world with that sense of innocence and the joy that every child sort of looks around the world in amazement. They don't know any better yet, you know. So really studying really reminds us to look at the world with the innocence of a child. Okay, but also there, you know, with the house there as well, we could actually be looking at some things popping up for you this month within your sort of inner child zone there, where we may be sort of having some issues around, you know, looking back at our childhood and you know, because this could be talking about, you know, like a family home, like your childhood home, some memories popping up of your childhood home, and how that has affected you with your stability and security long term. Okay, so there may be some things popping up from your childhood this month that have got to do with your sense of security, your sense of stability, and you know, just that sense of what family is to you. Okay, because with the house there, that can talk about that, you know, that feeling of home and what things make you feel safe and secure and like this is your little home bubble. Okay, it definitely is a solid sort of energy, but with the child there, it for some of you, it definitely could be popping up some long forgotten memories, some childhood memories popping on through for you this month. But we are sort of still continuing on with that theme of new energy with the key as well. It really does talk about opening the door to success. Okay, it could be that literal door opening for you. You know, a brand new home. Like I said, I'm getting that quite strongly. So I do feel as though there's a few Geminis out there who are moving home or you know, purchasing a home this month. So, you know, well done. Good luck with the move, guys. But yeah, just in general, we're sort of looking at new opportunities opening for you, new doors that you may not have sort of looked at before actually opening for you this month. Quite a lot of success with this card. Sometimes it can talk about, like career success as well. So there definitely is some options headed your way. But what we're sort of seeing next, we do have the coffin, okay? And the coffin really does talk about things ending and needing to break away from things, close the door on things, okay? So with the key there, it kind of really is that I'm getting them kind of alongside each other. So it's that kind of vibe that, in order to open these new doors, you may actually need to close some, expired doors, some doors that are no longer serving you, some things in your life that are no longer serving you, may need to end out at the moment so that you can sort of move forward and find these new opportunities for yourself. The coffin really does talk about death and rebirth, okay? And I'm seeing that sort of definitely following through with the other cards I've got here, but with that key as well, if you are in the case where you are moving home, you're having to say goodbye to the past home, in order to move fresh into this new place, okay? So we are seeing some sort of things needing to end for you as well. I keep getting that saying, when God closes a door, he opens a window, and that's exactly what we're looking at here. A door that's needing to close to you, so that you can sort of open some new opportunities with that key as well. Okay. Obviously, I am feeling that rebirth coming through with that coffin as well. It is followed up by the crossroad. So you can kind of see this particular crossroad. It's like, a labyrinth kind of vibe there, a bit of a maze. Okay, so you may actually be getting multiple doors opening up for you there, and kind of trying to work out which door do I choose. Like, it may sort of, you may be feeling just a little bit confused about what path to take this month, but there definitely will be options for you of which sort of path you can take. I'm feeling that there is quite um, a new vibe coming through for you this month. A lot of new things opening up for you, and with the crossroad card, it really does sort of talk about, just following life's path and going where it takes us. So even if you do sort of loop around this maze a few times before you do choose which path, that the crossroads really gives you those choices and decisions to, be able to do that. And you can sort of choose to take this path, and then if that sort of doesn't serve you, close that path off, move on to the next path, that kind of a vibe. It does feel as though, with that labyrinth, you can always come back and choose a different path, okay? So any choices that you do make this month, it's not feeling that they're, the be all and end all. It does feel as though you can loop back and change your mind once again if you do need to. Okay, so if you are feeling a little bit confused with the different choices presented to you this month, just keep in mind, choose what feels best for you at the time, and take a risk to make the big choices as well. I did have that followed up with the clover there. Okay, so that does really talk about good luck, and short term this month we're going to have some really good fortune, and like I said, that those options are still going to be there for you, as long as you're closing off the ones that you don't want. Okay, so I am getting that sense of, with the coffin, that the things that we don't want, make sure we're closing the door on those things, so that we can get presented with the best paths to choose from. But with the clover there, you really can actually take a bit of a risk as well. This card does talk about taking a chance, taking a risk. It's got that gambling kind of element. It is quite a lucky card as well. Okay, so you may be finding that some of the things that it may feel like it's a huge risk, they may actually pay off really well for you this month. So able to actually make those choices that may feel a bit risky, and like I said, if it doesn't serve you, you can always close the door on that choice and come back around to the next path in the maze. Okay, so definitely looking like we're having quite a few options coming up for you this month, and it's going to be sort of that energy of lots of choice going on for you this month. Okay, now we'll have a look at health and healing for you. Okay, so whether we're looking at personal healing or personal health issues, we'll see what's sort of going on for you in June. Gemini and health and healing for June, please. Health and healing for Gemini in June. Okay, so we are seeing the feminine energy followed by the mountain energy and then the scythe energy. Okay, so with that feminine energy, if you are a female yourself, there may be some feminine issues coming up for you with health this month. We would be looking at not so much just challenges and delays, some sort of obstacle with feminine issues, rather than anything insurmountable. Because with the mountain, it is something that we can climb over. Okay, once we get to the top of the mountain, there our ways clear back down the other side. All right, but we may just be having some feminine issues this month. And if you're not a feminine, that could just be talking about emotional challenges and obstacles and delays coming in for you this month when it comes to your own healing. All right. So if you are a feminine, though, I do feel as though that we could actually be looking at some feminine health issues this month, but nothing serious. It's not feeling like it's anything serious. It's just a bit of a delay or a challenge that you're just going to have to get through. And once you get to the top of that mountain, perseverance, determination, get through it. It'll be fine, I feel. And we do have the scythe. That does feel a bit different energy there. And that's sort of talking about something coming up unexpectedly, all right? A sudden, unexpected change or break from something. So I feel as though what I'm kind of getting with that is that if you do have any current health issues, that we will be seeing some sort of sudden change in those. Okay, it's not feeling like a negative change. It does feel more positive. Okay, but so it may be resolved in this next month, but I'm just getting that sudden kind of a vibe. Okay, so there may it's like I said, it's not feeling anything huge or dramatic. I'll just grab another card to clarify that side, please. But like, yeah, if you are someone that does experience, some feminine health issues or some emotional issues this month, it may actually just be talking about just needing to sort of suddenly, you know, visit a health practitioner or visit a therapist or just a quick kind of, it's a very quick energy. It's something just unexpected and a super quick energy. But I will grab that clarifier for that scythe card. Yeah, so I do feel as though this is talking about emotional difficulties. So if you are someone that does have mental health issues, make sure you're taking good care of yourself this month, because a sudden unexpected we I do need to let you know about the literal health issue with that as well, but I am feeling it's nothing serious. It's not feeling serious, okay? Because we do have that clarified with the heart, okay? So the heart actually can talk about the physical heart as well. So there may just be some concerns pop up suddenly when it comes to the heart there, but I am feeling it's more to do with um, that emotional driver over there. Okay, so if you are someone who does have emotional related issues, that suddenly getting yourself checked out by a health professional, this month, it may actually work. You know. It just something suddenly crop up for you when it comes to matters of the heart that you're sort of needing to deal with emotionally, is what it kind of feels like. It doesn't actually feel to me like the physical heart as much, but I do need to mention that just for some of you there, it may be relevant, but I do feel as though that's more to do with some emotional heart space issue. Okay, so just be prepared. That you may need to be prepared to look after your heart this month and look after your emotional well-being. this month, okay? So that we can, but like I said, it's nothing insurmountable with that mountain card there. It's I feel like it's something that you've probably, put a lot of hard work into in the past as well, but you may just suddenly needing to get a bit of extra help this month with that issue, okay? Now we'll grab a few cards about actual love there. So I'll grab you two Lenormand for love. So Gemini and love for the month of June, please. Okay, and some island time wellness. Gemini and love for the month of June, please. What's going on for Gemini with love in the month of June? Okay, so what we do have here, we do have the Tower, which was followed by the Mice card there. Okay, so it does feel with that Tower that the Tower is actually representing something that's happened in the past, some sort of past energy, and it's kind of just nibbling away at you and your heart space at the moment. Okay, so that could be linked up with that health emotions I was feeling there as well. All right, but it just does feel as though something's sort of eating away at us a little bit, niggling away at us there, to do with something in the past, or it could be somebody older than you as well, or just the foundations of love within your life or your connections. All right, we do have the golden mirror, so that does talk about self-absorbed, narcissist, one-sided relationships and love bombing. So maybe that's sort of what's niggling away at you there, that there has been some of that behavior coming towards you in the past, and that's sort of making you really sort of stop and look at how you want to actually lay foundations in the future when it comes to love. All right. We do also have the sword and the rose. So that does talk about clarity, truth, revelation, solidarity, force, honor, protection, and power. Okay. So I feel like that's you, Gemini. Maybe, like I said, these things that have been eating away at you a little bit, just having some personal revelations and truth revealed to you about the fact that, that it may have been a one-sided relationship. You may have been dealing with a narcissist in the past, or somebody quite self-absorbed and love bombing kind of behaviors, and actually just sort of getting that clarity to actually be aware that that's what has happened in the past, and that sort of will help you move forward and go back to those opening doors and those new that new world being born for you there. So yeah, when we did see that Beauty and the Beast card coming through with the needing some space in a relationship, I feel like that's exactly what that is. It's you just needing some space to sort of work through things that have happened in the past with love, and give yourself a bit of clarity and self-protection as well, when it comes to love, and not allowing those same things to come back around in the future, and really sort of looking at how we're setting up foundations in future connections in order to avoid those same sort of cycles once again. Okay. But that's what I've got for you for the month of June. So, let me know how that resonates throughout the month for you guys. Like I said at the start, anyone that does leave a comment will go in the draw for that free personal as well. So make sure you leave a comment and obviously subscribe to the channel so you can keep updated. But if this is where we leave each other, thank you so much for your time today, Gemini, and I'll see you all again soon.